afternoon, student. Today our topic is the coordination chemistry, or you can say complex compound. First we discuss a few points of Werner theory given by scientist Alfred Werner. See, according to Werner, a metal ion, you can write a metal ion, have two type of valency. One is a primary valency, or you can say ionizable valency. Second is a secondary valency or non-ionizable. So metal ion, here we can also write central metal ion have two type of valency, primary and secondary. So primary valency of the metal ion is satisfied by ionic bond, while secondary valency is satisfied by a coordinate covalent bond. Again I repeat, primary valency is satisfied by ionic bond, secondary valency is satisfied by coordinate covalent bond. Now those atom or molecule which link with a central metal ion by secondary valency we call ligand. We call a ligand. So according to Werner, those atom or molecule which link with metal ion by coordinate covalent bond, it is called a ligand. So here we can write it is a ligand. So according to Werner, metal ion and ligand we write inside the bracket. We have one like bracket type, that is ML, or you can say metal, any metal ion with Ln. While those atom or molecule which link with a metal ion by primary valency or by ionic bond, we write outside the bracket. If it is a cation, we write in the prefix. If it is anion, we write in a suffix. Now I am giving one example. This is one of the example of coordinate compound. Here central metal ion is a cobalt. Ammonia and chlorine both are act as a ligand. So here we can say that one chlorine will satisfy the primary valency of cobalt, while two chlorine satisfy the secondary valency of cobalt. Both these are a ligand. Second, here all the four amino ligand will have monodentate neutral ligand. Both the chlorine are monodentate anion ligand. So in short, cobalt is surrounded by 6 coordinate covalent bond. Remember, cobalt central metal ion is surrounded by 6 coordinate covalent bond, 4 by 4 ammonia and 2 by chlorine. So here coordination number of central metal ion, that we call CN number, is 6. Coordination number means central ion surrounded by a coordinate covalent bond, that is called its coordination number. We can't say that a central metal ion surrounded by number of ligand, that is called its coordination number. See, I am giving one example. If we have, in this case, actually the 3 ligand is linked with cobalt by secondary valency. But again here coordination number is 6 because En is a bidentate ligand. Each ligand have tendency to form a 2 coordinate covalent bond with a metal ion. So here again cobalt is surrounded by 6 coordinate bond and coordination number will be 6.
Excuse me sir, એટલે આપણે એવું કહી શકીએ કે કોઈ પણ મેટલ આયન જેટલા કોઓર્ડિનેટ બોન્ડ કોવેલેન્ટ કોઓર્ડિનેટ બોન્ડ બનાવી શકે એ એની આપણે કહી શકીએ એને કોઓર્ડિનેશન નંબર
સવર્ગાંક નંબર.
રાઈટ રાઈટ રાઈટ
કેટલા કોઓર્ડિનેટ બોન્ડ છે સરાઉન્ડિંગ છે.
બરાબર.
So here one chlorine will satisfy the primary valency, 2 chlorine will satisfy the secondary valency. This is ionizable. If suppose this is a complex compound reacted with a silver nitrate, we get a white precipitates of silver chloride. Due to the ionization, we get plus or Cl minus. Now you can easily calculate, for this a neutral complex compound, you can calculate the oxidation states of cobalt. Here cobalt, the oxidation state is +3. That is called its oxidation state. Remember, central metal ion, particularly in a complex compound, is either neutral or cation. One who acts as a ligand, have at least one lone pair, it acts as a Lewis base, is either cation or anion. While those atoms which link with central metal ion by primary valency, by ionizable valency, is either anion or cation. If it is a cation, we write in a prefix. I am giving one example. Again, cyano, that is also act as a monodentate anion ligand. Again, coordination number is 6. Metal ion is Fe. If you see here, Fe oxidation state is +2. If Fe is a +2, cyanide is a anion ligand, overall charge will be -4. So for the neutralization of this complex, it is reacted with K4. So here potassium is linked with this complex with the central metal ion by primary valency. It is a cation, we write in a prefix. This is a Werner theory. It's a few points of Werner theory. Now we discuss few points of nature, type of the ligand. The ligand which donate only a one lone pair of electron and form a single coordinate bond with any metal ion, it is called monodentate ligand. I am giving few examples. For example, NH3, H2O. These are the monodentate neutral ligand. For example, carbonyl, nitrosyl, etc. If any ligand which is anion and it can have tendency to form a single coordinate covalent bond with a metal ion, it is called anion monodentate ligand. For example, cyanide ion, all halogen, it may be fluoride, chloride, bromide, etc. Suppose acetate ion, CH3COO-, this is again a monodentate anion ligand. It's an organic ligand. Other are inorganic ligand. Acetate ion is an organic ligand. Same way the ligand which can donate a 2 electron pair to a metal ion will act as a bidentate ligand. Again, bidentate ligand, few are neutral, few are anion. I am giving one example. For example, CO3 - 2 carbonate ion is a bidentate anion ligand. Means it has 2 coordinate sites. For example, carbonate ion is a structure of carbonate ion. These are the 2 coordinate sites. The single ligand have capacity, have tendency to form a 2 coordinate covalent bond with any metal ion. So we call it is a bidentate ligand. Second is electrical charge is -, so it is a bidentate anion ligand. Same way ethylene diamine. Here again 2 coordinate sites is there. In both the case, amino group nitrogen have a lone pair of electron and both have tendency to form a coordinate bond with any metal ion. So again it's a bidentate neutral ligand. It is a bidentate neutral ligand. Same way we can go for tridentate, tetradentate, hexadentate ligand. This is a type of ligand. So the ligand which can form more than one coordinate covalent bond with any metal ion, we call it is a polydentate ligand. All this is carbonate ion or phosphate ion, PO4 - 3. It is a tridentate anion ligand. Ethylene diamine symbol is here. Propylene triamine, tridentate neutral ligand. EDTA, hexadentate ligand. This all will act as a polydentate ligand. And remember one thing, when any polydentate ligand will form a complex compound with any metal ion or with a transition metal ion, it's called chelate, or you can say chelate. That we use chelate. I am giving one example. This is one of the example of chelate. You can say bis-ethylene diamine nickel or triphosphato ion. These are the few example of chelate compound. Even calcium EDTA, magnesium EDTA is a chelate. Chelate is always a ring structure. It's one of the complex compound, but here ligand is a polydentate ligand. Remember these things. Now how to calculate the oxidation states of central metal ion? I am giving only one example. Suppose if you have the or I am giving one of the example of mixed ligand, complex compound. This is a potassium trichloro tricyano ferrate 3. How we can calculate the oxidation states of a central metal ion Fe? In that case, you have to remember that cyano is a monodentate anion ligand having electrical charge -1. Chlorine is again monodentate anion ligand having electrical charge -1. Now, how you can calculate its oxidation state? Remember 3 into +1, because potassium is having oxidation state +1. 3 potassium there will be put here X. We have to calculate the oxidation states of Fe, so simply put X plus 3 into cyano. It's a -1 because cyano electrical charge is -1. Same way put chlorine, and overall it is 0 because overall complex compound is a neutral. So you solve that, you get X minus 3 is equal to 0 and X is equal to +3. So in short, oxidation states of Fe is +3 in this complex compound. If suppose now you can calculate what will be the X if Fe is +2 in this complex compound. If the oxidation states of ion is +2, find the value of X. You can find what is the value of X. Here Fe is, here is the +2. You get the answer. If Fe is +2, PO4 is -3. Electrical charge of phosphate is a -3. You get the answer. X will be 4. Now remember, mainly we discussed two types of complex compound. One having coordination number 4 and another having a coordination number 6. So Ml6 means coordination number 6 means metal is surrounded by 6 coordinate covalent bond, while Ml4, one having coordination number 4, metal is surrounded by a 4 coordinate covalent bond. Now we discuss geometry of this two type of complex compound. Is geometrical structure. See, when you have Ml6 types of complex compound, two possibilities that either they are hybridization, D2sp3. Last time we discussed what is VB theory, what is hybridization. We already discussed. Here hybridization is D2sp3 or sp3d2. In both the case, shape of the complex compound is octahedral. That here the hybridization depends on the nature of ligand. If ligand is a strong, hybridization will be D2sp3. If ligand is weak ligand is that, hybridization is sp3d2, remember. But in both the case, shape will be octahedral, its geometrical structure is same. But due to the nature of ligand, its hybridization is changed, even its magnetic properties also differ. So I am giving example. For example, if you have CO NH36 plus 3 hexaminocobalt, here the hybridization is D2sp3 in central metal ion, shape is octahedral. As the hybridization is D2sp3, shape is octahedral, its magnetic property is a diamagnetic, while if it consider hexabromocobalt, see in both the case central metal ion is cobalt with same oxidation states, only the nature of the ligand is different. If instead of we discuss hexabromocobalt, if there is a hexaquocobalt instead of bromine, if H2O is there, again the magnetic property is same because it is a weak ligand. Bromine and H2 are weak ligand that we discuss later on the spectrochemical series. Why we call ammonia is a strong ligand, why we call bromine is a weak ligand. But in short, one is a diamagnetic, second is a paramagnetic. Same way we can go for Ml4 types of complex compound. In Ml4 types of complex compound, again two possibilities that if the hybridization is sp3, shape is always tetrahedral. I am giving few examples. If tetracarbonyl nickel, one having a coordination number 4, carbonyl is a monodentate neutral ligand, Nickel is surrounded by 4 carbonyl ligand, means it is surrounded by 4 coordinate bond, so coordination number will be 4. But as the hybridization in the nickel is sp3, shape is tetrahedral. But if the hybridization is dsp2, shape will be square plate. It will be a square plate. For example, a tetracyano nickelate or tetracyanoplatinate. So again here, it will be a tetracyanonickelate. Nickel oxidation state here is a +2. All the 4 cyano is a monodentate anion ligand. So remember the common 2 types, either one having ML6, second is ML4. If one having coordination number 4, again 2 geometrical shape is possible, either it is a tetrahedral or square planar. That depends on the hybridization of the central metal ion. One having coordination number 6, only single geometrical structure is possible, and that is octahedral. Maybe the hybridization is D2sp3 or sp3d2, but that depends on the nature of ligand. One is a weak ligand, second is a strong ligand. Now I discuss the somewhat few points of splitting or shape of the d orbital.
Sure. It is on the screen. You can show.
Okay.
Shape of a d orbital.
Okay, shape of d orbital. See here, it's a d orbital. D have 5 sub d orbital, and that is dxy, dxz and dyz. You see on the screen, all the 3 orbital have same symmetry. All the 3 are double dumbbell, but their lobe is between the axes. In all the 3 cases, dxy, dxz and dyz. Commonly we call it a symmetrical symbol T2G. Show the screen.